Hi everyone! Today we're going to be talking about the cheerleader effect. Now, what pops to mind when we mention the cheerleader effect? Could it firstly be cluelessness, when you don't know what it is? Or is it Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother? Maybe it's the thought of some really cheerful people, or if you've had a fair share of high school dramas, it's the thought of cheerleaders, or a really popular group of girls. Right now, you might even be thinking about Taylor Swift and her squad at the Grammys. In truth, the cheerleader effect is a psychological myth that has been proven true by empirical research. Let's take a look at the research. The first research done is a study done by Walker and Wolf from the University of California. They found that the cheerleader effect has three cognitive phenomena that work together to trick our poor brain. Firstly, our brain automatically computes the faces of a group together, much like Facebook and its tagging suggestions for a group picture. Secondly, individual members of a group get put into a group average when this ensemble coding is at play. Now, you might be thinking, why does my brain tell me that average faces are attractive? We can connect the research findings with the Gestalt principle that we have learned in sensation and perception. And that is that the whole is different from the sum of its parts. We can also say that a whole is also different from the mean of its parts. Now, how does then relate to ensemble encoding? We find that when we briefly observe a group of similar features, we can draw average information regarding them. This is also known as the biasing effect. And the reason why we compute cheerleaders as being attractive in total is because certain similar features that we make up for one another present us with a very attractive bigger picture, known as the cheerleader effect. Walker and Vo decided to use 139 students in their campus. They split it into 5 groups, and the results were supportive of their earlier hypothesis. Men who rated females individually and in groups found that they were 5.5% more attractive in groups than when rated alone. Surprisingly, the hypothesis proved true for another group as well, where women found that men were 5.6% more attractive in groups than when alone. They found that in both social settings and unconventional settings, whenever groups of men and women were present, this theory still held true. Now, what can we gather from this experiment and its results? Firstly, the cheerleader effect does exist, and that it applies to both male and female perceptions of attractiveness. Moving on to another research. The second research was conducted in Tilburg University in Netherlands to gauge what they call the group attractiveness effect. They found that the group impressions follow an averaging rule, and that the evaluation of the group's attractiveness was an average evaluation of its individual members. A total of 9 studies were carried out, and they wanted to test if the averaging rule for group impressions in this study also applied to judgments we make about physical attractiveness. They found that people find the group more attractive than the average of its members, but does it apply the other way around? In that case, what is the GA effect? Their findings show that the group attractiveness does not necessarily reflect the attractiveness of its members. 8 out of 9 studies carried out supports their hypothesis. Now, let's try to figure this theory out connecting to what we've learned in sensation and perception. Selective attention. There is a high chance that a group of attractive individuals catch our attention a lot faster and leave an impression on us for a lot longer than individuals we do not find attractive. However, could this be an overestimation of our attention abilities? The most attractive members of a group tend to have a relatively large influence on the evaluation of the group. Research shows us that the GA effect is based also on the Gestalt principle when applied to a group, and this stems from what we call a global precedence. Now, what could this possibly mean? This means that desktop processing enables us to evaluate the similar features of a group before we take into account the local features. Especially if our group is more homogeneous, say with skin types and hair types that coincide, the GA effect is more likely to occur. So, what can the tailbox study tell us? Firstly, it is that the GA effect does exist, and that it enables our brains to perceive a group's attractiveness as greater than the average. As for us, we believe that the cheerleader effect is very real. But always keep in mind that everyone is beautiful in their unique